everybody, welcome back to Card Curiosity, where we try to find the best possible ways to make a good return on your investment in the sports card world. And sometimes we do that by opening boxes of cards, but today we're going to do another Rip It or Skip It video, where instead of opening a box, let's analyze a particular box or set of cards and see if it has the potential to get us some hits that we can make money on. So today we're going to be looking at Topps 2024 Series 2, just released, and this is the, I guess one of the, I believe it's 3 different releases for the Topps paper product each year. We have, I believe, Topps Flagship or Series 1, then Series 2, and then at the end of the year they'll do the update series. And yeah, so that's what we're going to check out today. Is Series 2 worth investing in? You can get short print cards of Jackson Holliday here. You can, it's kind of his first official rookie card, if you will. If you remember our process here, we look at four categories to try and determine whether this is a product worth investing in or not. First is the price. We want to see if these boxes are affordable for us to invest in. Second is the checklist. We need to make sure that the number of players is not too many and that the players that are in the product are actually players that we want to find and can make money on. Third is the gradability and the gem rate. Basically, how likely are we to get PSA 10s if we send these cards in to be graded? PSA 10, SGC 10, Beckett, BGS, things like that. We need these cards to grade well if we want to make money. And then finally, we have the staying power or desirability. How big of a deal will these cards be down the road? If you have superstar cards of a particular player graded in PSA 10, is this going to be a card that people actually want? Or is it going to be one that people move on from and forget about? So that's how we do it. Let's start with the pricing of the product. And we usually look at David Adams here. They're one of the biggest suppliers of cards out here, along with blowout cards. But David Adams, we can see how they break down the cost here. So for about $30 a piece, you can get a blaster box. And the blaster boxes have the potential for autographs, but no guarantees. Next we have, there's the cost of a case, but the hobby box, these ones have either an autograph or a relic card in each box. So you get also 1 silver pack per box, which those are the packs that can have some pretty desirable chrome cards of rookies and other players. If you were to pull a rookie card of a player that you wanted or something, you would want it to be in this silver pack. And so for $90, you get the hobby box. You have these jumbo packs for $25 and just a single pack here for $6. Retail box going for $72. If we go to blowout cards, I mean, what we're really looking at is the price of the hobby boxes. So hobby boxes here, you're looking close to $90 for a hobby box. And the jumbo hobby box, these ones are guaranteed to have an autograph. And I think you get 2 silver packs, 2 or 3 silver packs. If I were to invest in one of these boxes, it would probably be the jumbo, simply because I want the guaranteed autograph. But it is, I mean, it's almost 3 times as much as a regular hobby box as well. So that a lot to consider here. But overall, the pricing, it's pretty affordable. You can find these boxes in a lot of places, you know, Walmart, Meijer, Target, some of the big ones. It's not too bad, not too bad. Pricing, let's give this a 4 out of 5. I wish the jumbo was below $200. But I mean, you can buy a hobby box and have the chance to hit an autograph for $90. So that's not too bad. Pricing's pretty good. Next, let's look at the checklist. You can see here we have, well, they'll show you kind of some different kinds of cards you can get. You get memorabilia cards, different inserts, things like that. You can still get Ellie rookie cards, Ken Griffey Jr., things like that. Here's what some of the short prints look like. There's what the regular cards look like. But we want to look at how many players there are, and it's a lot. There's 350 players here in this particular set, and that to me is just absolutely too hard, too difficult to to take the risk, in my opinion. Like, this is just a bad checklist. It's too big. I want to see 100 players or less, and I want them to be good players. So I don't like the checklist here. On the autograph side, you can get image variations. You have a possibility of getting some of those. Those could be worth a decent amount of money if you pull the right player. Same with autographs. You can pull certain autographs that might be worth something, but you can also pull a whole lot of autographs that you maybe don't want. And I don't like that at all. So for me, this checklist is going to straight up get a 0 out of 5. There's nothing here in the checklist that I like at all. Next, let's move on to the grading side. And if we look at 2023 version, you'll see the gem rate overall from Topps, and I think this includes update and Series 1, Series 2, things like that, was at 63%, which is actually pretty good, especially for paper. So you get base paper cards. Adley's gemmed at 73%, Gunnar 75%, Corbin 66%, and so like all the big players were above that 60% mark, which is really good. And anything above 70 would get a 5, but because we're at 60 plus from last year, we're going to give this a 4 out of 5 on the gradability side. That's pretty good. And just for to look at the other ones, you can see Topps Update Series was actually at 57, and the silver pack cards, those gem a little bit lower, even though they're chrome. I feel like the chrome cards normally do better, but in this case they were lower than 50%. So grading score will be a 4 out of 5, so that's pretty good. Next, let's look at the staying power or the desirability. Are these cards that people are going to want down the road? If you have a superstar like a Gunnar, Bobby Witt Jr., Shohei Ohtani, if you hold their card here in a PSA 10, is it going to be a card down the road that people are really, really excited about and want to continue to hold? And is it going to kind of hold its value? Now, you can see Shohei obviously is the biggest player in the world. His rookie card is at $73, and if we look at the pricing of his rookie cards just in the last year, it had a big jump near the end of last year. Then it kind of came down. It's kind of been chopping around the $70 mark. So perhaps his rookie cards, maybe it's a good time to buy. If we check out all the data, let's see how far back it goes. You can kind of see the pricing of his cards at the peak where it was almost $400, and that was in 2020 when cards were crazy. It's come down, then we had another rise, and it's down again. I wonder if he starts pitching again in addition to the hitting, if those cards will go up. If they win the World Series, do well in the playoffs, I sure think that's a possibility as well. If we flip over to a Gunnar here and look at the last 365 days, he's on the upswing for sure because he's having a pretty good season. But yeah, so even then you're talking about a $40 card. That's pretty good for a paper card, graded PSA 10. No numbers, nothing crazy or fancy about it. And same with Bobby Witt Jr. His has not been too bad as well. Bobby Witt, of course, maybe the best player from the 2022 class, him or Julio, J-Rod. But he's up 100% in the last 12 months. From here, for about $20 up to 60, close to it. And if we go out and check all the data for him, you can kind of see. Let me get Shohei out of here. All the data for him, right when they start being graded, they're pretty expensive and they kind of come down. So he's kind of hovered down around that $30 mark, but he's definitely heading on the upside. So I'm going to give the staying power and desirability, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. I think a lot of people, if they like a player, they're going to want to hold their first rookie card. That's kind of what this is. It's their very first rookie cards for these guys. We can grade them and sit on them for a long time if you have that superstar, and it should keep the value. And if they become a Hall of Famer, things like that, then these prices should even go up. So overall, we got 4 on the price, 0 on the checklist, 4 on grading, 4 on staying power. That's going to give us a 12 out of 20 on this product. And because the checklist is so bad, we're just not even going to mess with this. It's way too risky in my opinion. I'd rather take $100 instead of buying $100 or $200 for the jumbo box. Just figure out which players from this set you think their cards are going to be worth the most down the road, and spend $200 on a couple of their cards, grade them, and I think you'll end up making more money that way than by trying to find those cards by opening boxes here in this case. So hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, stay curious.